After learning about the human body through multiple injuries as a high school and college cross-country athlete, he decided to be a pediatrician.
I always enjoyed working with kids. Right through high school, I had a tendency to work at summer camps and things along those lines. Even in medical school, summer after my first year of medical school, I went out to Colorado and just worked at a summer camp for the summer. So I just always enjoyed that population, being around them, working with them. None of them really floated my boat as I went through. And when I finished residency, my intention actually was to do a primary care sports medicine fellowship. Because I still had that interest in sports, orthopedics, that kind of thing.
I almost never, ever find a kid that comes and says, yeah, I want to do general peds.
In that time, when they moved in, they have 4 docs. Now we're up to 9. So we actually, just over this past year or two, decided we've grown out of the space. So we are actually in the process of building right now, or we're going to be moving in probably December of this year with a new office.
There are 3 things to be successful: ability, affability, and access.
I had never thought of early morning being an important part of access, but it really is. It's very much used.
Very important to people.
The very, very first thing I think that has hit me is know yourself. We all have management styles. We all have strengths and weaknesses. You can't, as the managing partner, one of the things I've learned now is that truly all of the bucks stop with you, even if you have someone else.
A lot of physicians, especially the old generation, they were terribly good at micromanaging everything. They got to the point where they micromanaged so much they couldn't really function anymore, and they bring down the practices. They get involved in what brand of toilet paper the office is going to get. You have to learn to delegate. That's a hard one.
Your job is to set the vision, the mission, and the values, and make sure everybody across the organization follows that.
We had just grown too big for one person to manage everything and then practice medicine at the same time.
Not every physician is partner material.
True.
It's hard to find that partner material physician.
Yeah.
And then you find them, they need to be mentored and taught what to do.
Oh, well, the 2 hours a week doesn't sound enough.
I've become very efficient.
With a new practice move, I learned twice, if you build it, they will come. Make it fancy and give them good access, you're going to outgrow the space already.
But it's not just get data, it's can keep getting the data, right? Because that's one thing that says you run your numbers and you find, oh, we have 5,000 patients. Right? Okay, that's good. But what's really more important is knowing that last year you had 4,800 or last year you had 5,200. Right? And now you're down. And I went through them and 97 of them were word of mouth, family friend, family number, that type of thing. And that maybe 3 or 4 or 5 where I Googled you guys.
The importance of a business is to keep it growing, keep the revenue coming. You should always be marketing, even if it's mostly word of mouth.
I've seen a lot of EHRs. The only EHRs that any pediatrician should look at is either office practicum or PCC. Forget about Epic. Epic is hard. If you want your production to decrease 50%, choose Epic. For pediatrics, you need something that's simple. You turn it on, you use it, you move on, and it's not crazy expensive.
So it's fairest. It is least to the least stress down the line. If everyone knows their role and they're not surprised when you come to them and ask them, hey, can you do this for me? Because you have laid out ahead of time that this is your role.
If you walk a couple more steps and you stop sugary drinks, your weight's probably going to drop next week. Break it down to little steps so people can be successful, not wait till they've gained 5 pounds to then go back and say, wow, you should have done this.
No margin, no mission. Life becomes putting out fires week by week, month by month. And that doesn't allow you to think forward. Sure. You're always just covering your tail. We definitely have a little bit of an intense independent streak, but I think we very much want Panorama Pediatrics to stay Panorama Pediatrics and not be owned by anyone but us.
The problem is we haven't answered the fundamental questions. How much do we invest in our children? How do we finance it? And how do we find a pay for it? No one wants to have that conversation.
Correct.